Hi, welcome to our first episode of DKF Beyond Classroom. My name is Devika Tanna. I'm co-founder of Devi's Knowledge First. I am an engineer by profession and use my mother to her.
Hi, I'm Harshida Tanna. I'm co-founder of Devi's Knowledge First, where we believe knowledge always comes first. And I've done my master's in fine art, and here we are to share some stories about how we started Devi's Knowledge First and what's our vision towards it.
I still remember this plan of Devi's Knowledge First. Oh, to be very precise, it was Devi's Education First, and we made it in our living room. And we were ready for the future, I felt. In 2019, when I finished my master's, I told you I want to start something of my own, and you supported me. And you showed me that there is still hope, you can do something of your own, and which is appreciated. And you had things to give in, you had experiences to share, you had your knowledge to put in this company. So that's how we started. We had smart boards, we had small batches, we decided for taking up counseling every month, we had proper technology in place. And that's when COVID hit. When COVID hit, I still remember, the classroom work had stopped. I was taking from my bedroom classes, and you were doing the operations in the living room. I still remember those days, but eventually I started coming here, and that's when we understood now we have the setup, we have everything, and we started taking up online lessons. So we got queries from Dubai, we started enrolling more and more students online, and that's how we started. Initially when we started, we had my school students, that is Singhania school. We approached those parents and we told them about our story. We told them how you, as a mother of two children who have already studied from Singhania, is ready to support their children, and they had complete faith in us. What do you think about our experience? What do you think of the first year or the first batch?
I think that time online class was something new. People were not ready to learn from laptops or were not ready to learn from mobiles. And everything was new, but COVID had happened and people could not stop learning, they could not stop education, so that they had no other option but to opt for online classes. At that time we came as a ray of hope.
Yes.
Because we were ready with it, we had the infra, we had the knowledge. So students enrolled and we started teaching them, and thankfully we put our 100%, and the children also responded very well, and the results came out excellently well. All our first batch students were above 95, and the knowledge they had acquired was beyond the education part of it.
Yes, definitely. And I also feel education is not only thing, because I think the counseling or the one-on-one thing that you took every month, even the parents, even during COVID, we had sessions with the mask and with the COVID guidelines. We had parents visiting and talking to us, having meetings with you. So, how do you think? What do you think about counseling in a student's life?
I think counseling should be done as a family counseling rather than a student counseling, because it is almost like the parent tell us that do the counseling for the child and they just think they are okay, they are perfect, or they are doing the right thing. But I don't think it's the right thing. For today's times it is compulsory, it should be necessary that the parents also should have some counseling sessions regarding the education of their children.
Yes.
Parents should know about what the child is suffering through, and they should not be judgmental, they should not be forceful, and they should be willing to understand that what can be done towards the difficulties the child is having. And this is what I understood in first year of COVID, in fact in the second year also, because people were tired of looking at each other's places for those 2 years, and they were like very tired of looking at each other's faces, same people, same thing, not going out. Everybody was frustrated, and at that time our batch started and the parents started connecting, the students started connecting. But now as I see that everything is open, everybody can move around and everything is, but still the openness towards being counseled or being able to be part of the education of a child, academics of a child, is very rare. I only see some parents who are ready to come and listen to us or the suggestion. They just do the counseling of the child. They just give a statement like the child is having math phobia, or the child is not good in language. So this is not only problem here. There is a history there.
Yeah.
And that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Because it doesn't happen overnight.
Yes, absolutely. I feel the same, because I have also had problems, but then when the family gets involved, when you taught me in my 10th grade, when you were there with me for my board exam, that's when the real support was there. So that changed, I think that changed everything, and it changes for our current students also. We have seen so many stories. We have also faced parents who have come here and cried and told us that the child is not studying, and we have seen parents who are coming and telling us that the child is overstudying
And done well in his exam.
Yes. So what is the
There were
middle
parents
ground?
who were crying because they were called for counseling in the school or the PTM. They used to go crying there, and then they cried with us because the child achieved more than 90%. This was also the case, and when given the right guidelines, the student used to come. The student who wasn't, you remember Manthan?
Yes, I remember.
Who wasn't ready to study for 5 minutes used to come here for 4 to 5 hours in the times of COVID, and used to sit in one single classroom because of the protocol.
Yes.
And used to study and he scored, I think, above 90 in Lodawal school, and the parents were so happy.
Yes.
So these are the stories. These are lives of people.
Kanishka, who was like,
had a phobia of math.
Every confidence was a problem, and through counseling you counsel. And I remember she used to come for counseling with her parents and brother. She used to do a family counseling always.
So that is the case. So the parents also were involved.
Yeah.
So I think today's parents also need counseling, because everybody is going through a depression of some kind or the other.
Yeah.
Some are verbal, some are not vocal about it. We always try to hide our flaws. But then the thing is that everybody needs counseling in some aspect or the other. It could be emotional, it could be social, it could be financial, it could be of any kind of thing. Here we are talking about academics because we are running an academic institute.
Yes.
But behind that academic thing, there are many other layers which are hidden, which are lying, which needs to be addressed. And if we try to tell the parents what are the things they can do to support the child can do wonders. Maybe every child not be a topper in math, or every child may not be a topper in physics, but certainly there could be a subject where the child can do much better than his present stage.
Yes.
And
definitely.
that needs a child cannot achieve his goal or a dream or any kind of a decision. This has to be done with the help of the parents only. And it could be, I'm not saying in today's time I've seen so many broken families, so many broken relationships. The child is the one who is going through that. It's okay. It's part of life. Nobody welcomes problems or welcome difficulties on their own. But even if that is happening, one single parent and also can support the child in a great way. And because every individual at that time, I think earlier it was like 10 standard students were individual. Now I think even a 5-year-old has opinion.
Yes, of course.
Right? And that opinion matters to that student or that individual. But they are very vocal. They are very strict about their saying.
Yes.
So I think one parent also, if is interested in supporting the child, is enough.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
And of course, I don't feel counseling is the only thing. It's also academically that whatever we are supporting, and how if there are many classrooms around, they have smart boards, they have panels, but what we do with we do the right use for it. We make sure that whatever teachers are writing, we save in form of PDFs and we send it to them so that they can revise.
Now I think your vision of learning rather than writing something down when the teacher is writing on the board is much it is little ahead of time.
Yes, it is.
People are valuing that now.
Concept clarity is more important than practice, which I have always done. And even during my childhood, I used to play teacher games, if you remember, because I used to like teaching. That was my passion.
And that is why our even faculties love teaching here.
Yes,
because we are not interfering all the time. We are not telling them how to teach.
Yes.
The only concept of DKF that is working till today, and why we are giving results year after year is because we are letting every individual do their best.
Yes, we support them with resources, we support them with technology, we tell them that this is how one particular thing is used. Like we have quizzes, we use simulations, we show them how a proper experiment is conducted in the lab. It is done in our classroom.
So I wanted to ask you what is in our website, how what are you going to introduce?
Yes, so currently what we are doing is we are launching a new website, a new platform where tutors will be able to register themselves. Parents and students will have an registration, and they will have a platform where they will be able to get notes. They will clear their doubts, attendance, reports, examinations, homework, simulation, quizzes, live worksheets, all of it in one place.
Anything free for new
Yes,
students?
of course. For the students who want to learn for free, they have to enroll, register, and use the free resources. The ones that feel that they want to go ahead and go into live classes and attend sessions, that's when they can get converted to a subscription plan. So that's how we are, changing our website. We are doing some changes, and we're making sure that the students have, or parents rather, see what's happening. They know what's happening day after day. They are not clueless, because earlier, when when we started thinking about this Devi's Knowledge First, when I was in my 10th standard, in that particular institute we had 2 batches of scholars and
sub-scholars or the ordinary
or the ordinary and the extraordinary. So unluckily or unfortunately, I was in the extraordinarily batch, and the teachers used to just do a basic explanation of things, and randomly I just went into the class where ordinary students were there. There were so detailed explanations given, which made me regret that I scored well. So we always wanted to make sure that quality education is provided at affordable rates, and till date we are doing that.
True. And we also give a lot of options of choosing subjects.
Yes.
So that also helps the student. And secondly, important is that we allow the child to learn in its own way, his or her way.
We personalize their modules because we don't want them to learn what we want.
And learn everything compulsory.
We want them to personalize it. We want them also to have their opinions out in front, and we help them in that way. Also, we don't just have this institute. We are now going global. So we are going to have students. We have students from Canada, UK, US. We have students from Australia. So they are learning from all Indian tutors here, because Indian education system is unbreakable. It is so strong and so crisp that every Indian overall everywhere in the globe wants to learn from an Indian teacher.
True.
And that's what we are here to provide, and I'm sure that we together can make this happen.
And I have seen one more change, Devika, that earlier when we started, we had COVID, so we had to go online. But now I am seeing so many parents taking admission, and they are telling us upfront that my child will not be coming offline. My child throughout the year will be attending online only. Because they have understood that it saves time, but it is not less in education or academics. So that also choice is becoming a permanent feature.
That is like pre-COVID, people had this thing that online education is useless. It's not going to work. But after COVID, post-COVID, now parents have started accepting that if the child is saving time to traveling from one place to other and is seriously attending and studying at home, they are giving them that chance to study at home in their own comfort zone, which is nothing like it.
But you already are aware of that, because you are taking UK students, you are also handling Dubai students. So this concept is not new globally.
Yes, it was already there, because in foreign countries what happens is traveling becomes a problem. So there the students are already accustomed to online learning, and they prefer that over. In India, there is still time for parents to accept it, but if the child believes that the child can study online, wants to change their score, I don't think anything can come in between, or there is no choice online offline. It's supposed to be same. The effect of it has to be the same.
And I think the new reforms which the government is introducing of choosing the subject is great.
Yes.
Because anybody can choose any subject, anybody can give 2 exams, 1 exam, change the subject. That is something which is happening very
flexibility.
nicely.
And that was
open
needed.
Schooling.
Yes, that was completely needed, because if the child can make their own choices and decide what they want to learn, it is going to help them build the interest from the beginning.
True.
And not do something that they do not like.
And there are so many new subjects which have been introduced, which are very much beneficial to the students who are going to choose a different path altogether.
Definitely.
So they get to learn the subjects like eco, they get to learn the subjects like EVS, commercial studies. These are very new subjects which were never introduced in the child's life when the child was in 9th standard. Now the children are studying those subjects in 9th standard. They are studying foreign languages. So this is something which is happening very nice, very what you can say beneficial, progressive. And I think AI, you can tell us what is lying ahead with in DKF in regards to AI.
Yes, we are approaching towards AI. So we are making sure that we get a platform where AI is there in education, and we are not going to replace teachers, but we are going to replace the delivery time. The teacher making a note or a PDF now, even on Zoom, you can just have a AI note taker and the entire note of the lecture is taken. So there are so many resources. From the start we have been using resources. We are introducing more resources in future, and we are making our own platform for it.
Right.
Also, one more question that came in my mind. As a counselor, when there are students of learning disabilities, like, what do you feel about those students? Because we do take learning disability students, we support them in every way. We have specialized tutors for it. But as a counselor, what do you feel?
I think to accept a child to be having a learning disability is a major change in a parent's life, which the parents say no to, and that is where the problem starts. Because they don't accept that their child is having learning disability. It could be of any percentage, it could be of any stage, and they still want a child to be in a normal classroom studying normal subjects and want him to do exceptionally well in his academics, which is not going to happen. Because I have seen so many learning disabled child, I'm teaching so many of them, they are extremely intelligent, but they are not intelligent in all the subjects. They are intelligent in a one particular subject they connect with. So as a counselor or as a parent, we have to make sure that that subject is given to the child to study, and the choice is made correctly for the child, and not something new or something unique or something has to be forced on the child just because you think that the child cannot take everything and the child is a learning disabled child. It is not anything, it is not a crime to have a disability. It is not.
It is something that the parents need to support and understand.
And be proud of, because they, I think, are great parents. Because a normal child doesn't need that kind of support that a learning disabled child needs. And if that kind of support is given to that child and the child is doing okay also, that's a great thing, because a parent is taking lots of patience, lots of tasks and lots of efforts to be that parent. And you are blessed to have a learning disabled child, and those are blessed kids. And we as a counselor, we as a DKF as a team have always shown that, though without marking the students aside or without proclaiming to be the counselors or the supporters, we in a way, hidden way, support them. We counsel them. We make sure that we are fulfilling their needs. And they are able to do better in their lives. Academically. And also the other thing that we always have been doing is support them emotionally. Though we cannot support them socially because our classroom is ending here physically, but beyond that we have seen so many ex-students coming to us with happy faces, with happy memories, and that is what I think
is our achievement.
True.
I am very happy that we could have this conversation and people could hear it from us, and
I think let's do great things again. Year after year,
and we have really good progress that is happening, and we as teachers or mentors, we promise each and every parent, and we make sure that we fulfill everybody's promise.
True.
Nobody else can do that. Nobody else can personalize to this level, the level that we put in, the efforts that we put in for
Because we
every
think of them as family.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes.
And some family members are great, some family members are okay, some family members are fine, and some family members are in depression. So as a
Yeah.
family, we need to support them.
Yes.
And we need to, make something better, life better for them. So that
Yeah.
is what we are doing in DKF.
Yes. Remember, you have the power to create your own life. Believe in yourself, take action, and never give up. Subscribe for such more fun and learning videos, and don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions.